Oh, we are finally hooked up here. Been started out at daybreak this morning. As you can tell, the sun's way up. We have not had a bite. Started way down. I'm at the Mosquito, but I'm at the down at the dam end. I started right down at the boat launch and have been working my way up the lake. I started out shallow. I'm over right now. I'm on the far edge of the main channel. Right now, in about 18 feet of water. Actually pulling right along the edge ever to that side. It starts coming up on shallower onto a flat. But it's really been slow this morning. Feel like this fish is decent. He's staying down anyway. Nice to finally get something on the line here. Yeah, it's a good fish. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Guess at least if it's gonna be a slow morning, nice to get something with some size. Make sure nobody's not running into anybody. I think this is a good one. Yeah. That's a darn good fish. Really good fish. Oh. Having a little trouble getting him in the net, I think. Keeps pulling. Might get him here. Oh, he's barely hooked. Got him. Lucky there. Whew. Right there, the hook just came off. He was just barely caught in the corner of the skin on the mouth there. Real lucky didn't lose him. There we go. Right about 12 pounds. Nice fish. I thought he actually was a little bit bigger than that. We'll let him go. Okay, gonna show you what I do when I go to new water. This isn't really new water, but I haven't fished down here for several months. So what I do when I start dragging, you'll see I launched from right here. I came right up here and started. There's a channel that comes out here that was kind of deeper. I was in like 10 or 12 feet, I think, actually, when I started. I went shallow, actually got into a ton of grass here, got everything hung up in the grass. I kind of had to pull everything out and start back over. But what I started doing is I just try to find an area like this. You can see comes up, then it drops back down into like another channel, comes back up. This is kind of the flat. The old river channel's over here. And so I just kept working my way up. I'll scroll up the screen here. I just kept working my way up, dropped into that old river channel, and I caught that fish. First fish I caught was right up in here, kind of on the edge of that channel. So now I'm still kind of going up. That old river channel runs here, so I'm just kind of going off and on the edge of this, letting planer boards, hopefully have one planer board kind of on each side, kind of drag along the edge of that. Right now, just trying to find a pattern. If I ever do find a fish, then I'll kind of try to target that. Right now, just have got that one, so I really haven't found a pattern. Oh, there's a good hit there. He's hooked up. We just caught that. Oh, he's still on there, I think. Yeah, he's still on there. We caught that decent fish. Been marking a lot of fish, but haven't been getting bites. I actually slowed my speed down. I was running 0.8. I slowed down to 0.6 here. Hoping maybe that helps a little bit. Maybe they're just not feeding as aggressively. Ooh. Wow, he's a feisty one. Hopefully he's still on there. I think he's swimming towards the boat now. Yeah, he's still on there. So, again, we're pulling up right along the edge of this channel. It's usually pretty good. I don't see any, I don't believe there's any thermocline right now. So, those fish that might be in these deeper water might be why I wasn't doing as good yesterday up in the shallower end. They might be down here in the deeper water. Ooh. There we go. He's not too bad a one, not as big as the first one. He gone. Okay, we're making our way on up. I think the last fish we caught was down here, which was kind of up on this flat. But we're just continuing, staying along this edge. You can see here, there's some fish and stuff here. Not sure if those are catfish or not, but there's definite activity, and it seems to be mostly along the edge of that channel. So I'm going to just continue making my way up along there. Doesn't seem like fish are biting very good, although like I said, I'm not really sure if those are catfish or not. But there's definitely some activity along this. So usually where there's activity, you'll find catfish. So like for example, there's a bunch of there's some fish there. I don't know, some of that might be bait too. I'm not sure. Bait fish. So anyway, quit talking here. We'll see what happens. I think we got a fish on here. I was actually reeling this in I was going to change the bait. Pretty sure there's a fish on here, probably a small one. This thing had a bunch of grass on it. Might be why I never noticed it. And we got a fair amount of wind today. So that makes it sometimes a little difficult to tell. But, and I don't think it's a very big fish. But we're still dragging right along that edge. Yeah, it's not a real big one. Still dragging along that edge, like I said. Actually, I'm up on the flat a little bit, but right back here, be right back here to our right. I don't know if that one snagged or got hit. Back to our right here is where the original river channel is. We're kind of up on the flat. That green one's probably pulling right on the edge of where it drops off. So, not sure how long we've had this one on. He's not real big. That's definitely the smallest one of the three we've caught. All right, so just to show you here, we just caught that fish. Been just kind of making our way up. Like this is a flat here, this is the old channel. Kind of making our way along. We're kind of getting up, the channel's not as defined up in here. There's a couple old waypoints though from when I was back here in the spring. And I think this stretch right here I did really well. So I'm just gonna continue to drag right up along between these two waypoints just to see maybe if there's still fish in here, if this is a spot there typically fish or what. But as you can see, there's some activity. I don't think any of these are catfish on the bottom right there, but there is some activity on the finder here. So we will, that might be something there, but we'll see what happens. I think he's on there now. I think he finally got the business end of that hook. Maybe. Hopefully he just didn't come off. Got to watch here. I'm getting close to another boat. But still dragging up along the edge of this. Up where I'm at now, the river channel's not as defined as it was down below. It's not a steep drop off, but still kind of going along the edge of that. I actually picked up a few fish right here and had some bites, so must have got into a little pocket of them finally. It's one nice thing. Usually when you drag, eventually you'll find them. I also think I've been seeing a lot of fish on the fish finder. I don't know if they're catfish or not, but I got a feeling they're just not really hitting, not really biting that great this morning. There we go. He gone. Oh, I think we might be hooked up here. This thing's gotten hit quite a few times coming up through here. I don't know if this is a small fish on there. I'm not even sure if there's anything on here. If it swam towards the boat, I'm not feeling anything pulling on it. I'm not too worried. The way it was fooling with it, I think there's a fish on there. I think it's probably going to be a small one. We'll see what happens here. Yeah. Yeah, probably been pulling him for a little bit because that rod's been hit. Every once in a while I'd see it go down. Now, calm down, fish. Calm down. Don't you catch me. You son of a gun. You're bound determined to... There we go. Bound determined to catch me with the fin. There we go. Small one. Again, my rig, I'm using 50-pound braid down to a 3-way swivel, 60-pound leader line. Got a dragon weight on there, which I'll link in the description. I have a video on how to make those. Down the leader line, I just have a rattle, a float, and then a 6-aught hook, and using bluegill. So we're continuing right up along the edge of this channel. So, not been getting a lot of fish, but have been every once in a while picking one up. So, I'm just going to continue doing this for the rest of the morning. It's getting it's right at 10 o'clock. Ooh, that was good. That's a good hit. We just had another fish that didn't hook up. Actually, that planer board's going back. Still dragging this edge. Lakes like this, the old like river channel, good place to be a lot of times. That where that drops off, fish travel along there. They tend to feed along there because there's a change in depth usually. That's one nice thing about one nice thing about dragging. You can kind of keep some of the lines up on the. He's sure fighting. Keep some of the lines up on the like the flat, keep some along the edge, and then keep some down in the river channel. Now today I've only got the 3 rods since I'm fishing by myself, so turn him in the sunlight a little bit. We'll let him go. Ooh. Another fish. Oh, that one's pulling. And is he pulling? This is that area. It dragged a little bit loose on this thing, but this is the same area we fished in the tournament back April or May, whenever that was, and did pretty well. So I have waypoints going up through here. I'm just following the same waypoints. Must be one of them spots that whenever might be good most of the year. And again, this is right along that channel. Ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna have trouble getting that planer board off. He's swimming. He's gonna get in that other line here. Maybe not. I think he stayed out of it, thankfully. Feels like a pretty decent fish. Usually if they stay down on the bottom, they usually means they're decent anyway. Yeah, it's a good fish. Ooh, he's barely hooked. Might lose him. There we go. We got him. He's right around 10 somewhere. But nice fish. Put up a good fight. Whew. Oh. Yep, he's on there. Probably gonna call it on this one. It's I think it's after 11 right now. I'm starting to get hungry here. We're probably gonna wrap things up. But oh, that fish came up top of the water. But still kind of continuing along. Kind of one of the key points when you're in a new body of water or someplace you haven't been in a good while. You just got to try different areas, try different depths, and see what's working. One thing I will say, I wonder a little bit, slowing down my speed seemed to help too, and whether that was just coincidence or not, I don't know. But when I slowed down to 0.6, I definitely started getting a lot more bites, but could also just been the location. But this one's fighting pretty good. I don't think he's huge though. Ain't not a bad one. Get him up here, get him landed. He gone. All right, we'll wrap things up and I'll catch you next time.